I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard is saying that the former FBI Director James Comey should be behind bars for the social media post he put up allegedly threatening the life of President Donald Trump. Here it is. It says 8647, a clear reference to eliminating the 47th president of the United States, President Trump. After fierce backlash online, Comey deleted his post and claimed he didn't know what 86 meant, saying, quote, "I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence." Tulsi Gabbard isn't buying it.
Whatever James Comey intent, he and people like him need to be held to account according to the law, which is something that he claims to have given his life for and stands by the rule of law. Fantastic. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law. Any other person with the position of influence that he has, people who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be, I'm very concerned for the president's life. We've already seen assassination attempts. I'm very concerned for his life. And James Comey, in my view, should be held accountable and put behind bars for this.
Hillary Clinton is getting slammed for the comment she made saying no one gives someone else a $400 million jet without expecting anything in return. Be serious. She was talking about the plane that is being gifted to the United States by Qatar. However, the Clinton Foundation has received tens of millions of dollars from foreign governments. That includes Saudi Arabia, which gave $14.5 million. The foundation says none of that came while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. Kuwait donated between $5 and $10 million. The United Arab Emirates and Qatar each donated between $1 and $5 million over the years. The Embassy of Algeria also donated $500,000. The common thread is that all of the countries are Middle Eastern countries with poor human rights records and poor records when it comes to women's rights. In addition, questions are being raised with private company donations like Monsanto, which is a U.S.-based global food giant and was asking for government help to open up new markets. It's donated between $1 and $5 million to the Clinton Foundation. While Clinton was Secretary of State, she made general statements supporting biotech foods. The Clinton Foundation also admitted to failing to disclose that while Clinton was at the State Department, Algeria gave that $500,000. Clinton claimed it was an error and there was no connection between the donations and the policies of the Clinton State Department. HHS Secretary RFK Jr. clashed several times during back-to-back congressional hearings with Democrat lawmakers who he says are lying about Medicaid cuts. As Democrats continue to claim cuts being made to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse from the federal government will result in 13.6 million Americans losing Medicaid, RFK Jr. hit back with facts about the cuts, saying the only people losing Medicaid benefits are those that are obtaining them illegally. He then went on to say 1 million people are claiming Medicaid illegally. 1 million people are collecting Medicaid and Obamacare at the same time, which is illegal. 1 million illegal migrants are collecting Medicaid, taking away benefits, he says, from American citizens. And millions of able-bodied adults on Medicaid who refuse to get a job and don't qualify will be kicked off the program. RFK Jr. asserting that the cuts will only be made to those who are receiving Medicaid illegally. Those who qualify and need Medicaid will still receive it. Taxes have been raised 70 times in the last 15 years in the state of Illinois. 2/3 of those tax hikes coming under Democrat Governor J.B. Pritzker. Even though those hikes have caused residents to shell out an additional $110 billion in taxes, the governor is floating new tax hikes for 2026. Illinois is receiving hundreds of billions of dollars in tax revenue, but it still faces a $1.2 billion budget shortfall, has the nation's lowest emergency reserve, and has a $143.7 billion pension crisis. Plus, taxpayers have spent almost $3 billion since 2022 on illegal migrants, including more than $2 billion on free health care for illegals. And get this, Governor Pritzker admits the issue is chronic overspending, but evidently isn't doing anything to cut that spending. In fact, leaders in the state continue to push for a progressive income tax, higher gas and liquor taxes, expanding sales taxes to services, and new levies on just about everything. The Chicago Teachers Union and its allies recently proposed a $7.3 billion tax plan for 2026, including new taxes on digital ads and capital gains. Pritzker doubled the state's gas tax in 2019 with automatic annual increases. The state motor fuel tax is 47 cents and will increase to 48.3 cents on July 1st. President Donald Trump was met with cheers and given a standing ovation when he showed up to talk to troops in Qatar. While there, he promised the troops a significant pay raise.
And that is why it is a distinct honor to introduce to you the 45th and 47th President of the United States, our Commander-in-Chief, Donald J. Trump. My trip is 4.5 days, but this is the one I was so looking forward because I'm with the people that I really love and respect. We love and respect you. This is what you're doing, the service you do for your country. You keep us safe. There is no more important profession. And I was so proud to see those reports coming in just a few days ago saying that the enrollment is at the highest level ever, especially when I had to suffer running against a group of people that were very inappropriate, where they allowed that reputation of what you stood for and what you stand for to deteriorate to a point where we weren't able to recruit. So just remember this, you have a job now that everybody wants. Everybody wants to be doing what you're doing. It's a special job, and I'm so proud.
President Donald Trump has announced a historic win for American workers, revealing that India has agreed to eliminate all tariffs on U.S. goods. Speaking in Doha, Trump boasted that India's offer of zero tariffs covering auto parts, steel, and pharmaceuticals was a direct result of his America First policies, something he said, quote, no one else could have done. This breakthrough promises to flood American manufacturers with new opportunities, boosting jobs in Rust Belt states like Ohio and Pennsylvania. Supporters celebrated online, with some saying Trump's deal is proof of his commitment to putting American interest above globalist agendas.
So we go from the highest tariff, you couldn't do business in India. We're not even a top 30 in India because the tariff is so high, to a point where they have actually told us, I assume you too, Scott, you were working on that also, that there will be no tariff, right? Would you say that's a difference? They're the highest, and now they're saying no tariff.
That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo.